Welcome, everybody, once again to Hunt Chat Live. Tonight in the spotlight, we have ScurryFace with Tyler Effin West and Social D. And let's all give it up. Good warm welcome to a one, the only, the Reverend Michael Gravedigger.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome everybody to season 2, episode 5. That's right, we made it one more episode. Looking forward to this one. I have a feeling that tonight's gonna be real. Gonna be real. That's right, it is. All right. So tonight we welcome ScurryFace, and I'm sure you already know who ScurryFace is. You watched the show that they had me on, me and the producer, that Mike Ross guy, he was on there too. So if you haven't, make sure you go back, scroll back through and look at their archives and listen to that show too, because that was a blast. Yes, it was. And glad that I could have you guys coming in and joining us. We are very, very happy to have you here, both Tyler West and Social D. How the hell are you guys?
We are doing great. Thank you for having us on Hunt Chat Live. We're happy to be here.
Fantastic day. It's a beautiful Saturday.
It is a beautiful Saturday.
It is, and you're even missing a game to be on the show, so I really appreciate it.
Roll Tide.
That's how dedicated we are.
That's okay. You're representing anyway, right? With the
They know where our heart's at. That's all good.
Okay, cool. Hey, before we get going, I want to mention to everybody, y'all know about the giveaways that we do now on the show. Tonight, we are very lucky to have our sponsor for tonight's show is Pumpkin Pulp. That's right, the famous Pumpkin Pulp, and they are giving away a plague mask. So you can see right here on this picture, this is the plague mask that they're giving away. Of course, we're gonna pick a question out of tonight's show, and Mistress Lori is gonna ask you the question at the end, and you'll email your answer to hauntchatlive@gmail.com, and the first one that we gets the mask. So listen close to everything, because she's gonna pull it out of what we talk about tonight. So, all right, with that said, let's get back to you guys. So ScurryFace. Now, before I get into the whole how it started or whatever, how the hell did you come up with ScurryFace? That's my big question.
Well, it's ScurryFace was actually a complete accident. Around 2011, when I decided that I kind of wanted to leave working and being involved with one single haunt, I decided I wanted to travel out and visit haunts, review them, try to do that, and just so happened my youngest son was at the haunt with me, and at the time I think he was around 4 years old, and so I was when I bring him to the haunt, I wanted him to get accustomed to everybody being in the makeup, not being scared, just to realize that, this is people in makeup. This is not, embrace it, and
right.
And so at the time, the original name was, I was going to call it Alabama Haunt Tours. That's what I was going to call it originally. Cheesy, stupid, but that's what I was stuck with.
A real grabber.
Yeah, it was just a real attention grabber. And my son came in to my office, and one of the actors came in, and he started tugging on my shirt, like, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "That's a ScurryFace." And I was like, "It's okay." Wrote it down, and then literally that's how we got the name ScurryFace, was because of my 4-year-old son.
There's a lot of Tylerism fall out of his brain.
Yeah,
he's like a Nicolas Cage of things that just they don't make sense.
Yeah, that's how it. That's how the name happened. It was my 4-year-old son. He could not pronounce scary, and he said ScurryFace, and so I wrote it down, and that's what I named it. And here we are.
Now, I thought it may have to do with you guys scurrying around all these different haunts and doing your reviews and stuff. That your story is much better. It's a good thing I wasn't writing the story. Yours is much better.
If that was the case, he'd be running around with a chicken head cut off.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so let's get to the main question. How did ScurryFace start? We know how it got its name. How did it start? What gave you the idea? What brought it about?
Well, to be honest, I was an actor coordinator at a haunt here in Birmingham, Alabama, and I'd been doing it since '99. And at that point, I just kind of, to be honest.
Wait a minute. '99. You were what? 4?
Wow, no, I was 18. I was 18. 4. No, I was born in '81. I'm old. I'm old.
Oh, yeah.
We're seasoned.
The
crafty veteran. That's what we prefer.
All right.
So, in a way, I just kind of started getting burnout of going to the same haunt, doing the same routine, and I wanted to see what else Alabama had to offer when it comes to the haunt industry. And so this is something that I teetered with in 2010, but I stuck it out another season, and then I decided after 2011 that was going to be it. And so 2012 is when I finally hit the road and did it all. Traveled by myself to all these different haunts. People didn't know who I was. I didn't know who they were, and I was going up to haunt managers, and and just introduced myself, and they were looking at me like,
Yeah,
never heard of you. And I was like, I'm sorry.
it was a real like kind of the story of going door to door.
It really was.
We just put in the work originally, and I was still acting.
Yeah, he was still acting,
and then it got to the point where he couldn't kind of handle it, and so I kind of came along, and then we just both. It just grew from that. Just a lot of word of mouth, really.
It was within the state of Alabama. The word of mouth of so I would travel to say up north to Arcs Mortis was one of my first ones that I really took a long road trip to, and introduced myself to Vinny and all of them. And they kind of welcomed me with open arms without knowing who I was, without never reading a review. The review started literally just on a Facebook post. There was no website. It was just me writing a Facebook post and posting it, and that was the review. And after that first year, like you said, then you started getting involved. The name started growing, and it got to where the traffic began to come in, and I wanted the reviews to have a little more depth to it. I wanted the people to come see us for more than just a review. And just kind of fast forward to 2014, launched the website, and then it just kind of exploded from that point on. And
it did explode too, let me tell you.
And here we are. And I mean, it's crazy. I mean,
we would laugh about it as we started building the website, and it was just him and I. I had an IT background, so it helped a little, but it was more foreign territory for us than we expected, and we just figured it out, and it just, like you said, exploded. Like we joked about, oh man, what if this gets, and it just every time we joke about it, it kind of it comes to fruition.
Yeah, a little bit. It would make fun of it. Like there's no way. There's no way. There's no way that Georgia will find out who we are. There's no way we'll get invited to haunts in Georgia.
We had a big following overseas,
and
surprising amount.
It's crazy. Sometimes you still gotta, I pinch myself to go, wait a minute, this was just a hobby, an idea to do this, and it's pretty crazy. It went from a hobby to an actual job, so to speak. And so you get to live the dream.
I get to live the dream. You get and it's a wonderful dream too, isn't it?
Oh, it's an amazing.
Sometimes you really got to watch what you wish for, though.
You are absolutely right there, because it's like I said, it's an everyday. Now it's a process now.
Oh gosh,
it's a process. Every day I wake up, I'm networking. I'm on the phone with haunts or other companies that are wanting to book us or wanting to do something with the Scurry 3 show or the radio station.
I can't even look at my phone without.
I mean, it's
notification.
I mean,
I get sick of it.
I mean, I'm not complaining, but it's like, wow, how did we get here?
That is really awesome. Now you did start out doing. Now we'll talk about the other stuff, but you started out doing the reviews.
Yes.
That's what ScurryFace build up to. So now I know that you guys used to do the reviews. Now the haunt that I host, Sinister Sydney, has actually been reviewed by ScurryFace also. So that was really cool that we got that. So how did you manage to branch out and being down there in Alabama? Alabama, I like saying that. Alabama. Anyway, how did you?
Yeah. Go for it.
How did you manage? How did you manage to branch out and start reviewing across the country?
All right.
Tyler will take any opportunity to recruit any person that he can in any shape, form, or fashion conversation. They mention I've been to a haunted house. Do you want to review for us? Look, come on, we just threw a wide net out and filtered through a bunch and taught the ones that we kind of handpicked out our criteria and the way we do it.
Now the majority of the things that of our reviewers, they've all worked in the industry. They've all been an actor, makeup artist.
Yeah, we at least 5 to 10 years of acting experience.
The majority have worked, and that's kind of where we first started. Was I only want people that's worked in the industry, and then I realized that many people don't exactly exist that are readily available to do what we do. Because they're still working the hunt, they're still living the dream. So what we did is, people like there was times where last season, for example, we had probably around 500 emails of people wanting to be a ScurryFace rep, and so imagine going through 500 emails, filtering them out, talking to literally I talked to every single person on the phone that made it to, I guess, the second round of if they answered the questions. Then they got to move on. We
basically did it like American Idol. It's like, so you think you can review?
Yeah.
And then we
sent them a list of questions, and if they answered it, and then if I liked it, a lot of times I would forward it to him, and if he agreed, they would move on to the next step, which is a phone call. They would have to personally talk to me, and how I felt about that is, when they called and talked to me, that was kind of the test in itself, because I judged on how well spoken they were, because if they were real. They could
not articulate.
Yes, and like if they're going,
and you've got to be able to write. Like,
but like talking to me, if they could talk to me, I'm judging on how they're talking to me on the phone versus they go to a hunt in a different state and they talk to an owner or a manager. How are they going to talk to them?
Right. Important to have a credible front to you.
Yes. Exactly. So that was really the biggest test of them talking to me. Because like I said, when they go to a hunt and they meet a manager or an owner, they don't know them, just like they don't know me talking to me on the phone. So I wanted to see how they talk to me, then to carry over to how they would talk to a manager or a hunt owner if they did get the job. And that's how it kind of grew from state to state. And so, and now we're actually interviewing a girl from Hawaii that's interested in joining ScurryFace. Australia, one in New Zealand.
Yeah. Wait, in Australia? Well, Australia doesn't actually exist. It's just actors, right?
Yes.
No, right. Australia doesn't actually exist.
It's a big. I think Australia is just an actual one big haunted island, like continent.
Yeah. Every portion of that continent is transition scene to scene. One big transition. Yeah. Each section of the territory. Yeah. I mean, but then that's how we expanded. And we just kind of, like you said, threw a net out, and whatever kind of caught that net, we reeled it in, and then basically just interviewed them. And the ones that we didn't feel that are fit, that didn't have the right mindset for it, we just kind of think, but no thanks. And the ones you see here,
we didn't figure we would actually have to turn people away. We figured we'd have to please review for us.
Right.
No, and it got to
quite the opposite.
Yeah.
So when the main people who go to haunts are just your average people who don't know diddly, like the same guys that go out to watch bands and listen to bands play. They don't know if the bass is too loud or the guitar man hit a wrong note. So why is it that you pick haunt industry people to do the reviews over just Joe Blow off the street?
Because we have a criteria that that's our standard. And when we go to a hunt and review, we want the reviews to be written in well detail without giving spoilers away. We want our reviewers to see the things that we feel are important as was being at Hunter's Break.
That we would see.
And like, for example, like your normal average hunt goer is not going to know anything about timing, because timing is very, very important. And they don't realize that if the timing is off, that ruins the scene, that ruins the scare for the entire group. If the timing's on, I mean, that's perfection. That's every patron that's in that group is going to get their dollar's worth. What they pay. So timing is one of my biggest things is that I look for is timing.
Well, I mean, we feel, and I've worked in it this will be my 24th year. He's coming up on 20 years. Yeah. It's just that people seem to think that when we suggest something or notice something that they'll change it and it'll work for them. So we've kind of got a little bit of credibility for our opinions. And I think I've been doing it long enough. He's been doing it long enough to know that I can guarantee I've put more than 10,000 hours into haunting in my life. And I think the old saying is, if you put 10,000 hours into something, you could be considered a master or a professional.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And so we like to make sure that they understand that being the actor, you see the things that a normal just Joe Blow off the street wouldn't see. They don't know that guy is having to do the same scream, the same motions as hard as he can for 8 hours every 10 seconds. They won't know that. And they'll see that that guy has that energy and like, oh, it's 10 o'clock at night and he's still going like it's, you know, the first group that walked through. That's why we kind of prefer that they've seen it from the inside.
Or not.
Yeah,
or not.
Like categories, you know, like for example, you know, atmospheres, special effects, actors, customer service, theme trail, costumes, makeup. Is it scary? Bang for your buck. I mean, that's our main categories that we look for. And you know, and as for the haunts, you know, we feel it's a balance for the haunts and for the public. If a haunt is good and we go and give it a really good review, well, we never charge for a review. We'll never ever charge for a review. No. That's not what we do, and we want to go out and find the best haunts possible.
We started about we got tired of people going to haunted houses that were you know, this was great, and they're not.
And and they were just
haunted houses today. Like if a family of 4, it's going to cost you $150 to go to a haunted experience, and there's some
unless of course come to Sinister Sydney where it's only $13 a head and you can get $3 off by freaking canned goods. Put in my plug. There you go.
And you got these haunts like $25 and you go through it, and you're just very underwhelmed. And we got kind of tired of the public.
Yeah.
You know, they get burned out, or they get the whole industry kind of dies down in the city.
Yeah.
So it behooves everybody involved in the haunt industry in your city, help people out, you know, promote.
Well, and it's like competition too. You know, if you don't have any reason to up your game, you're not gonna.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's one of those industries where I feel that as the general public, you're not going to say, I go to this haunted house and that's the only one I go to. Yeah. It's not like Walmart or Target or Kmart. Like you pick what you go to.
We're going to go to
They go to just about every one of them. And I'd hate for somebody to go, you know, some teenage kid take his girlfriend out and they go spend $50 to go in a haunted house, and it's just a terrible experience. It's not that good. Like, and you could go spend $13 and have a way better experience and a better quality haunt that's maybe not as well known.
Yeah. That's like, so I mean, we like to think we're balanced for the public and for the haunts, because like I said, when we put the haunt out there and it's a positive review, that's free PR. And with the numbers that ScurryFace.com generates, you know, we have a lot of traffic that comes to the haunt. We average, I think, over 200,000 visitors just between September and November alone.
Yeah, we have to work emails right now. Like we can't stop.
I heard it. Okay, so that's the reviews. That was the whole base to ScurryFace. Now, before we run out of time, I want to talk, because there's so much more to ScurryFace. For instance,
we can do a
ScurryFace Radio. What the hell is ScurryFace Radio?
ScurryFace Radio was I was on the way home from the beach, and I wanted to find another way to market our name, market our brand, something that I have a platform,
and we could keep relevant,
and we can stay relevant year round. And so I was actually on the way back from vacation, listening to XM Radio, and I'm like, I called you, and I was like,
why don't we do this?
I'm going to create an internet radio station. She's like, really?
That's one of those Tyler Nick Cage things where it's like he could call me and be like, I just got a Tyrannosaurus skull. Like it's odd, but it makes perfect sense.
And
like, okay.
So I came home.
You kind of had the same reaction to him wanting to do the radio show as I did when I was informed I was going to be co-host.
Yeah, you're just like,
okay.
More. I had no idea how to do it, and I researched a lot of YouTube videos on how to do it, and next thing you know, and we made it, and I programmed it and launched it, and then I'm like, you know, at least we'll have a radio station that we can listen to that we enjoy. Maybe 3 people's gonna listen.
And I should throw this into it. Also started with a little bit of the rock band.
It did start. We do play rock band, by the way. Yeah,
we play rock band.
I've seen some shows.
Yeah.
Okay. So we play it the way it's supposed to be, and it just kind of got to where it's like we were kind of bored.
Yeah.
I think that first night we did it,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of careened on from there.
Yeah.
But nobody thinks about haunted stuff really, you know, February, March, April, May. So you got to have something to kind of keep relevant. So we figured this was a way to justify paying for the website every month.
Yeah, and so we did it, and like I said, at first it started with 3 to 5 viewers, which was me and him included.
Yeah.
And
we're like, hey, I'm watching.
yeah, me too, right? And then next thing I know, I checked the stats. We launched it very, very late or early November of 2017, and then I just happened to remember looking at the stats around February. And at that point, we were what?
Like 40,000.
We were 40,000 listeners, and then around June, it bumped up over I think 100.
Yeah, our radio platform wouldn't let. They said we broke their platform
Broadwidth.
Yeah, their bandwidth. We broke their bandwidth because we had so many people.
Yeah, and so they ended up. We had to change platforms, and because we had over 100,000 listeners on a platform that was free.
And they were trying to be like, okay, you should pay this much.
Now so they wanted us to pay after that point. So we're like, no, peace. We're going.
Yeah, we agreed to pay. Paying's not the problem, but they were being way for what they were offering.
So and like I said, it's crazy how it's amazing thing how it just blew up and
it's the clowns and all of our family, as far as the ScurryFace family and the fans have really got us where we are.
Oh, absolutely.
We're just a couple of idiots with a camera.
That just get
so that all led into the Scurry3 show.
Yep.
You're everywhere. You're doing all kinds of crap.
Yeah, the Scurry3 show started with us drinking in the basement, having a conversation, and you said this needs to be recorded. And so
like, this is gold.
Let's record it. So we recorded it and then started putting our conversations on the radio. Then it ended up during that time that was on the radio, it was spiking in numbers. So let's make a show. Scurry3 show was born, and here we are.
It's two 37-year-old kids that have a little bit of money. Then we're like, let's do this.
Yeah, let's.
Of course, you're a lot more than just radio now, though.
Oh no, we've now we're turned into a media platform. We've dropped the ScurryFace radio, and now we're basically ScurryFace, just ScurryFace.
We've got some stuff coming down the pipe of our we have never really shown our audience what we can do. And so we got a bunch of stuff coming down the pipe of our original content.
Yeah. So it's the Social D Tyler ideas are about to come to life. Yeah. Nobody's ever seen that yet.
I'm scared.
You should be
scared.
You're scared.
We're scared. So you got the show that has just exploded into hundreds of thousands of people listening to it and everything. So now I'm seeing a little opportunity here. Of course, I got my little bitty show here going on, and we have great people like you guys, so that we can pull this in, and I can hopefully get steal some of your viewers, to tune in and watch my show. So how would I go about? We have a visitor. Hello, Tori. We have a visitor. How would I go about say I want to piggyback off you and do a little advertising or something? You guys offer that?
Absolutely, we do offer that. We do offer advertisement ad space on ScurryFace.com, which it's haunts or businesses or anything. Bands.
If any bands want to put their music on,
they email us at ScurryFace@hotmail.com. And just ask about our rates and what they want out of it. And yes, we offer advertising site on the radio station and on the Scurry3 show. If haunted houses actually, for the haunts, if they buy a year's worth of ad space and they have a commercial, we'll air that video commercial on the Scurry3 show every Sunday night throughout the entire haunt season for them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's different packages that people can offer. And
we're willing to help out.
Yes,
we will Jerry Maguire help you, help us, help you all day long.
So again, throw out that email again.
ScurryFace@hotmail.com.
So that's where you guys got to go. Email ScurryFace@hotmail.com, and they'll talk to you and they'll work a deal with you, and they'll get you out to their hundreds of thousands of viewers. Now, in that little bit that you were saying, you said get you on the Scurry3 show every Sunday night. The Scurry3 show is on Sunday nights, but I happen to know you guys do a lot more broadcasting than just Sunday nights.
Oh yes, we've
every day.
It's almost every day. So like I said on Facebook, we brought in a lot. Everybody knows the clowns, the whole clown movement, which The clown movement was, we didn't understand it. We're like, why is this so popular? But it's popular, and
it is, and you guys are helping out with it a lot.
So when
it's your fault,
we took a chance. We took a chance and get into that clown world, and once we did that, we found out that 90% of them were actual haunters, and so that was kind of throwing my eggs in a basket.
It was an odd thing.
It was
to swim and navigate.
It was.
We're not clowns.
No, we're not clowns.
I've never been really a clown character.
No, and so once we did that, navigated, we grew in that industry. And then once we did, we found the right people to surround ourselves with, and we brought them into ScurryFace. You know, the good people, the ones that are haunt actors, that don't cause drama, that believes in what we're trying to do as ScurryFace as a whole, support the industry and all that. And now they all come in. Now they're ScurryFace family, they're ScurryFace reps, and they have shows throughout the week that they come on ScurryFace and entertain people. And so it's Monday through Sunday.
I gotta tell you, I tuned in one night because I catch your guys' shows and some of the clown shows for minutes at a time. I do. I'm not a clown. I don't necessarily get it, but I love what they're doing and what's behind it and all that kind of thing. But I tuned in one night and Moto was on.
Oh,
that just kind of freaked me out a little bit. And I'll tell you why it freaked me out a little bit. Moto comes from 9 miles south of me. He's actually used to be a haunter down here in Hamburg, Iowa.
Yep.
And I knew him off Moto.
Yep.
And he's been in chats and what have you. And then I tuned in one night and what the hell?
Yep. Yeah. What?
And then you got Mischief and Scoops on there, and of course they're just from about 30 miles north of me.
Yeah, it's like y'all produce a lot of talent there in the Midwest.
Yeah, a lot of hot talent.
Yeah,
there. A hotbed. It's a hotbed. Yeah, I mean we're surrounded by great people, great haunters, and ones that believe in what we're doing at ScurryFace, and they want to achieve the same goals as what we started out to do in 2011, 2012. And that's why I'm proud to have the group that we have within ScurryFace. And
it's a small niche of the population that do what we do, what we all do, that love what we do.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody, we get emails all the time, phone calls, text messages, whatever. I'm just like, and that's hard to do, to turn those down, because I know they want it, but it's not saying that we're a cult, because we're not, but we try
to surround ourselves with people that we know that we can help and can help us. And there's sometimes we can help them, sometimes we can't.
But to be a part of ScurryFace, to do what, say, like I said, Moto and all them do, I mean, we do have a standard that we want to uphold, and right now that's the standard that we have.
Yeah, we don't take just every Tom, Dick, and Harry clown off the street.
I have a couple of friends that have shows on ScurryFace, like that Relish guy. Relish.
Relish.
Hey, before we run out of time, the last couple shows, each one of them have made some kind of announcement of something special that they've got coming up, or something they haven't told anybody. I want to know where ScurryFace is going and what's your announcement going to be. You gotta let something out of the bag. You gotta do it. You gotta keep up the tradition.
I mean, sure. Well, now what were you thinking?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, there is something that I'm thinking of that probably hadn't told you. No, I'm gonna wait on that one. That's too big to release because I don't have any.
Okay, TikTok.
I know, TikTok. Oh my gosh. Well, we're gonna start doing parody movies. I'll tell you that. That's one thing that me and him are gonna start doing, is we're gonna start adding in commercials that are done with us shot at haunted houses in Alabama.
Oh, awesome.
The concept.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is not set in stone. Is we're also into the music part now. ScurryFace went from the haunt industry to the music industry, and we have something very special cooking with the band called Raven Black. Can't let out too much details, and that's coming in late December and in 2019. But there's something cooking with ScurryFace and Raven Black. And
all right. I'll take it. That's good enough. You're letting the cat out of the bag. You get them a little teaser. You guys gotta tune in. You gotta keep track of ScurryFace and find out what's going on there. And, you guys, because they keep growing, they keep doing more stuff, and who knows where the hell they'll be in a year from now. So just remember, you knew them when, and you got to see them on Hot Chat Live, as well as their show every Sunday night, Scurry 3 show, of course, and all them clouds throughout the week, and listen to the music and all that kind of stuff.
Amazing.
I gotta ask, Mistress Lori, have you come up with a question?
Yes, actually, I kind of have. You can veto it if you want. I have a backup question. Question for tonight is going to be, what has Social D been drinking all night while we were watching?
Right now, hide it.
Nobody.
Oh, it's already off screen. It's off screen.
Nobody.
Okay,
nobody, unless they live in the state of Alabama.
Oh, I guess it's not. It's in his lap. Move that, Social D. Get that out of there.
Yeah, unless somebody lives in the state of Alabama, they're not going to know where that's from.
Well, or if they happen to look and just see what it was, because obviously Mistress Lori saw what it was. She was able to write the answer down. This is what you guys will win. You will win a plague mask from this thing right here. You got it from the different views, a plague mask from Pumpkin Pulp. You got to send your answer of what was Social D drinking all night long, and send that answer to hauntchatlive@gmail.com. This is a big one. This is a good one. You're going to have to look close, pay attention.
That's
Gentlemen,
a question.
I had to watch for quite a while to figure out what it was.
That's a good eyeball. I like that.
there you go. All right, gentlemen, Tyler, Social D, thank you so much. You got anything that you want to say to wrap up the whole show and bring the whole thing back together, or just something you want to throw out there for the fans?
I want to throw out the first two Haunt Chat Live and great area. Much for having us on your show. It's been great. Thank you for the opportunity.
He's the first one. Like, he's the first one that's ever done this with us.
Yeah, and his first one. And so it's but also, like I say, go check out ScurryFace. Find us on Facebook, ScurryFace Facebook, ScurryFace.com. Check out all the reviews that we do around the country, Alabama, the Southeast. Check out ScurryFace Radio, which you can listen to ScurryFace Radio at ScurryFace.com, or click on the Player Radio on our Facebook page, and just send us a message. Tune in to our shows.
We take requests.
Tell us what you want to hear, what you want us played. Tune into our shows. Talk to us, because we like to talk with everybody. We don't like to hang back and not talk to you. We like to talk to anybody and everybody. So send us messages. We love to talk with everybody.
That is awesome. I thank you guys for being on. And again, I thank you for, we actually set this up before I did the interview with you, but I want to thank you for having me and that other guy on the show that day. That was really cool. That was a fun time too.
Back anytime.
Absolutely.
It was
That's
nice
awesome.
both my husband's on that one.
You got to be nice to him.
All right, everybody. What was Social D drinking all night? Send your answer to hauntchatlive@gmail.com. Tune in now next month for October. We always do in October, since the first Saturday the haunt that I host is open. We will do it live from Sinister Sydney, not from the studio. So come out. It's even going to be the night that the Midwest Terror Tours is going to be at the haunt. So maybe we can catch some of them coming in and what have you, depending on the timing of when they get there. I want to thank Social D, and I want to thank Tyler effing West and all the crew at ScurryFace for representing tonight and being on season 2, episode 5 of Haunt Chat Live. It has really been a blast.